Okay, everybody, here we're back at it again. Chester's at the controls tonight. Sammy's taking the night off. Good for nothing bear. All right, we are on episode 3 of this project, putting the puzzle together. What you see on the screen right now is what you all painted if you're part of the village of Bacarak. This is Ginger Cook Original, is what you painted. Okay, what we did last time is start doing our cropping, and we just need to get to purple, guys. Here we go. And we got through the first 3 rows. We got 4 rows this time, so this one's going to run a little bit longer because I want to try to get them all done so they can kind of see where we're at. Make sense? Sure it does. Now let's go with, we're on B30. You see, his first round's pretty good. All the colors are looking good. It's kind of exciting to see this puzzle come together. What we do is we crop them down into a 3:4 ratio. And we got a beepy. Why did we get a beepy? I guess I went too fast. 3:4, as you can see right up here. But when I have the little cursor, I have it highlighted. Do you guys like seeing that cursor? Would you like not to see the cursor? Is the cursor helpful? And, give me some feedback on the cursor. That is something that I turn on in the post when I get ready to, work with the video itself. It goes on after the fact. So I'm just curious if that is something you like to see where the cursor is, or you don't care. That's pretty. That's a painting by itself. And there's another painting by itself. A lot of these have just become paintings. Now this one has no crop mark, so we're going to have to do our best guess. We'll keep it as loose as we can. Now that doesn't look like it there, but I'm going to do that. I make it smaller. I go up to the top corner where we're still in it. She gave a lot, or they gave a lot. And see, we're getting way out here. We have to go back in a little there. So I'm thinking somewhere in that neighborhood. What do you think? I think that'll work. Oh, I wish I didn't do that. I rotated it. Well, mistake. I meant to press the apply. Whoopsie. Here we go. I'm in the free form. All right, let's just do a reset on this, which is over here somewhere. Oh, we have history, right? Nope, just opened it. Reset all. Bam. And we got to go back to our 3:6. There we go. You got to watch the little buttons there. It looks pretty good. Hit the apply. Look how close they put them. We got plenty of room up there. This is nice. Kind of looks like a book down here. I know there's no book in this one, but it kind of looks like a book. So an abstract at its finest. Look good there. We'll take it in the center. That will work. Okay, we are slightly skewed. I'm going by this angle coming down this side and then going up that. So let's go ahead and do our transform on that. Keystone. And again, we're going to use the actual painting itself, since that's what seems to be skewed on the background somehow. Just get the corners that you want, and it will stretch and can make it do what it needs to do to give you a squarer image. And that we can work with. About like that. We can pull out a little bit. Looks pretty good. Got a little more. That'll work. Go with that. This one's really good. You guys really did a marvelous job on shooting these square. Now, I'm not positive if this is the way this one goes. I'm thinking I don't think it's upside down. But this one we'll have to keep in mind. I remember the last puzzle we had one I kept Couldn't figure out what it was, and it was an upside down piece. Now we've got a lot of white down here. I am going to assume I might want to crop in that tight. Don't know though, so let's kind of keep that in the back of our heads. This is a B3C4. Okay. It's all adjustable. It's in acrylics, right? We can do anything. Okay, a little sway in the top. I don't think it'll matter because we're going to get down. Here's the image. So I think we are good. Again, I'm going to make it smaller. It's pretty close to what it needs to be, isn't it? Let's go with that. That's kind of loose in a couple areas, but I think we'll work with that. Okay, we're up to number 6, and that looks like it's been pre-cropped. Not well, a little bit. Okay. I like to do my own cropping, but that's okay if it works out. We're slightly bowed here. There's a little keystoning. So let's go ahead and let's just see if we can't pull that out just a little bit. We may need that. It's ever so slight. But that little bit could be exactly what the doctor ordered, as it were. I'm thinking we're going to go as tight as we can to the top and bottom. There we go. Bacarak puzzle. Ooh, put your date on it. How handy. I'm glad it wasn't in the image. Please be aware of that as you're doing these. About like that. It's pretty. This is a pretty one. That's a painting by itself. I think we can go with, we're slightly, see how we're down here a little bit? Her line's here to here, and then down here. So this is slightly bowed, but I'm thinking we're going to be okay. Again, we'll see how we line up with our neighbors, and we can take it from there. Getting the widths in, I'm going to do the heights. And she's got her crop marks there and there. See how well that works with the crop marks? Look at that. Bam, 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 and bleeding it like that. This would be the poster child of how to do it. Liz, nice job, Liz. Gold star for Liz. I see one crop mark. That's all I get. That's all I need. Pull it in, bring it up. So we're thinking the top's there, and we will come down about there. Almost have another row done. Oh, now here we are back to the horizontal when we have a vertical. Okay, this one's really, I've got a feeling that's really blue. I've got to kick some of that around right now while we're here. So we go to the develop mode, tone and color. We can tell it. All right, see, here are options, depending upon what you shot it in. Bleeding a blue light. See how it'll change? See, that'd be a cloudy. So it's almost like a cloudy day because it gets blue. It was a cloudy day. Fluorescent flash. Flash is a very cold light, custom. Or what you can do, if you take a little cursor here, you think that's white, that's making it white. that one spot. It's a very, very teeny tiny spot, and that spot's probably white. Now it looks a little warm, so what we're going to do is we're going to take the color temperature now, and let's just cool it just a wee bit, about like yay. And that looks a lot better. That at least gets me closer, right? Being that blue, that obvious, let's go ahead and correct it. Now this one, we've got to flip these guys, and I can't stress this enough. When you're shooting a horizontal or a vertical, match the camera to your painting. Now we are slightly, I think we look slightly tipped. Let me see. He's way over there and there. I'm looking, maybe not. Just a little slight. Stays something, I think we're okay. But when you're doing a vertical, hold your camera vertically. Or turn your canvas horizontally and still hold it the same way. Oh, we got feet. I love it. Now this is, I like how the crop was done. Or the marks. I mean, she left the squares out. That's cool. That's a cool way to do it. So I know exactly where we're going. I'm going to go there and there. Up here at the bottom, about there and there. That's another fine job. That's a nice one. Look at the abstractness of that. You got a lot of emotion in that particular piece. Good crop marks on this one too. So apparently some of you watched my guidance movie. I appreciate that, because this is really speeding the process along. I mean, if you watch the first one we did, where is it? It is there. About like that. And this guy looks like there. A little weak, but I can see him. About there. That's kind of neat. This is kind of like water running through rocks. It's probably part of what it is. But that's well done. Shot on an iPhone Pro. Oh, iPhone 11 Pro. Okay, somebody tried to crop their own and see how we're off, we're skewed. Don't crop your own, guys. So now what I'm going to have to do, I'm going to have to cut into the image. Oh wait, let's not do that. Let's see if we can pull. I'm going to see if we can pull that out. Let's just do a reset on that, and where's cancel? Cancel that. Okay. All right, what we want to do is go back and edit. We're going to do a transform on this and see if we can pull that a little bit, see if we'll stretch it out for us. Which I have no idea. I've never used this in this program before. I always did the Adobe. But I'm finding it very convenient to keep everything in this one program if we'll do what we need to do. Now see what we're doing? We're telling it to pull that. Want to see what it does? I do. Ooh, darn close. Darn close. I'll pull that one side around. I'll pull this guy down. So now what can you do? Now I know in Adobe, I can run this across and I can duplicate that line. What do we have? You don't mind waiting a second here? It's going to be a longer movie anyway, so go grab a popcorn, a drink, put your feet up, pause it for a second while I look. This is a retouch, perfect eraser. No. See what the Adobe does. All right, we shouldn't be doing this, but I'm going to. All right, I'm going to deviate from this. We got what we got, right? Let's do it. Done to keep that. Okay. And if I right click and do send to Adobe, edit a copy with applied settings, yes. That's a big dialogue. I'm running on a new laptop. This is a Lenovo. Used to be an old IBM company. Lenovo. I don't know how they say it. Is a 4K monitor on the laptop itself, and it really drives it nuts when you're going between, and this is a 2K monitor that I'm filming on, because I like that resolution. It's a 2560 by 1440. GingerCookLive.com. So, well, that'll never work. It's going to come over and say you already have a license running. That's one thing I like about Adobe. You can have it on 2 machines at a time. And one of my other machines is locked up. And you can reboot on its own. Well, this isn't overly quick for me. Something went wrong. It's likely an issue on our end. Okay, were you going to let me have my Adobe running? Oh, you will. Kind of. Where'd you go? No, you didn't. See, they go out and check your license. Let's try it one more time. If it doesn't work, then we'll have to try another day. It's an interesting monitor, though, on the laptop, because you can tell it what resolution you want the laptop to be. You know, it can be at 4K, but you can look and view it at, 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, so you have bigger images, because if you look at it at 4K on a tiny screen, it is tiny. It is really tiny. But it's a beautiful screen. It's a beautiful machine. It has been doing pretty well. Here we go. And get rid of that one, because that's the one that's locked up. So what Adobe does is they come up and says, okay, this is what you have currently running. Who would you like to turn off? Because you can only have it on 2 machines at a time. I wish other software would do that. Because literally I have like 7 computers, depending upon what's going on. So, okay, so what we got here, look at this. Now watch this. This is cool. You got this guy right here, and he's called Spot Healing with a Brush. Now what shall I have to do? I'm going to make the brush smaller. I'm down here at the very bottom. And I'm going to click it one time. I'm going to go to this side, hold the Shift key, and it's going to paint it across there. You see how I just painted it? Look at that. I just painted it right in. I'm going to do it right up this edge here. That bottom corner is still the hot corner. That's where it left off. So I can hold the Shift. It'll come up right that edge. Right there. Bam. Kind of bam. There it goes. And that is how you fix a corner. Or fix the edges. Save it. So now we're going to be looking for copy 1. And go ahead and go back. Okay. So let's hop out for a half a second so we can get the right one in here so we don't forget. Go back to G. I'm going to put a heart on this so I can find it easily and turn these off for a second. And Carol 1 is... Okay, they did the purples. So they didn't used to do the purples for us. So I'm going to do a none on that one. And we're going to do a none on that one. And that's one we're using to turn that heart off. There we go. So we go back into that. It should be all square. Look at that. Is that gorgeous or what? And that is why I keep Adobe. Okay, we're not doing that. Oh, am I not in purple? Wait a minute. Why'd that guy come up? He's not in purple. He shouldn't be showing. Uno momento, por favor. Is he still in here? Where are we? We're down. Where are we? We're here. We're supposed to be here. That's the one we just did. All right, let's go to this one. Okay, now we're back on. Go to edit mode. Got good crop marks. Gotta make sure not in freeform. Freeform means you can crop it any old which way you want. That looks about right. Not bad. We'll go with that. Looks like another water shot. Now that looks like that was done on a 6x8 canvas. And let's just see if that is. Ooh. Might be. That almost looks like, an ocean scene or something. You got a whale, sky. Interesting. Crop marks, nicely done. I should know what the keyboard equivalent is for the crop marks, not to keep going over there. Yeah, we'll go a little bit bigger, but that's okay. We'll take that. If I hold my mouse over, does it show me? C. Well, that's handy. You think you could remember that, wouldn't you? Okay, C did not do that. Oh, that C did. All right, where are crop marks? Must be there and there. I'm thinking, I think I said there and there. Yeah, we'll go with that. Kind of like that one too. Could have a one-man art show, well, with 84 people. But you get the idea. I mean, you could put on an art show, just put these all up on in a gallery. That'd be kind of cool. And then if somebody walks through, just scatter them out so they don't make any sense. And then when they get to the end of the gallery, and you didn't give me any room, so it would automatically, then you can show the final picture. That'd be kind of fun. Okay, we're slightly, I'm not going to worry about it. And, well, I think I am, because you did it on both sides. You're tipped. I tip all the time. I cannot hold a camera steady for the life of me. Never could. Used to be a professional photographer. I'd use a tripod whenever possible. But then again, I used to use 4x5 cameras and the big sheet film cameras. Anyway, put our date in. Just so you know, for those of you that put dates on your actual images, the date is also up here when you shot it and everything. You did it at midnight on the 7th. Just so you know, I know. So you really don't have to do the date stuff. I know some people like to have it on the image. Personal prerogative. I often find, when I did it in the very beginning, I kept being in the wrong spot. Because I would use the full frame. Everything that's in there, I wanted it. So I quit doing the dates. That looks like one that's pre-cropped. Yep. And what I'm going to do with you pre-crop people. Looks like we're tipping just a wee bit. Let's bring that back. I'm kind of liking this Keystone guy. Seems to be a little bit easier to use than the Adobe one was. I'm not sure how accurate it is as compared to the Adobe, but for what we're doing, it works fine. Okay, there and there. But once you crop these, a little bit of movement on this one. Okay, a couple of these people, I think we had a couple that we're going to go back on and see if we can get them to resend some images. But we'll go through them. Ooh, let's see. I'm going to go in that corner like that, and then go down to this corner like that. And we'll just have to see. See, I can tell this is camera movement. If you look over here, the canvas itself is blurry. Somebody painted theirs where it actually looked like motion. It was so, it looked blurry, but it wasn't. I mean, it was a good shot. That almost looks like a lizard guy, a blue one. Okay, this one almost looks square to me. Let's see what we get. Wow. Not sure on this one. Okay, we may have to work with this one. We'll have to see how it comes out. We can do things because we have the power. And looks like we're slightly tipped. Let's go ahead and straighten this one. Okay, it's been 26 minutes. I told you guys we're going to run long. Let me see where we're at after this. We're on B5, C4. So we got 1.5 lines to go. I say we go for it. That's just so cool how that straightens it out, isn't it? All right. I don't know what size canvas this is. If I'm taking a little bit more, let's see. If this is 8, this is 8 going up, right? And that's 6. So an 8x7? I don't think they make an 8x7 canvas. I wonder if the lenses of the cameras are distorting it, or that's not really a 6x8 cut that I'm using. But it's matching those people that crop their own pretty darn close. A lot of variables when you're playing this game. Looks like we'll just snug it up a little bit. Looks like we're going right along that edge there. That's what I'm seeing. A little bit of, I think the line is there and there, so I think we're okay. I believe the line is there and there. If we got stuff in there, yeah. We'll go with that. That's kind of cool looking too. Now that one looks a little tipped. Oh, we got feet again. I love the feet shots. Let's see here. It looks, okay, let's just see. Let's put the keystone on it. I'm going to go from this corner to that corner. That's slightly downhill. And then that corner, that's kind of going off to the side. And then this guy is going, oh, yep, we had a little keystone action there. Straighten that up. Easily done. And about there. And about there. So we're a little bit tighter than you're getting. Let's see. So you're way out here. Let me just pull it out just a little bit. A little about there. Other side we can go a little bit. All right, we're going to go with this. We'll go with that. Might need a little adjustment. Oh, that's interesting. Huh. Crop. See, this is one that's cropped already. We'll let it go. We'll come back. We'll fill that stuff in. This one looks like we got a little bit of straightening, maybe. It takes a second or two to do it. Let's just go to the corners and see if there's anything there. That's pretty straight. It was this side that I thought was off. Yeah, it's slightly off. There we go. All right, there we go. A little room on left and right. That looks like it's pre-cropped. It is. Let's see what the cropping does. Yeah, I think cropping would be okay on that. I think we can do that. I'm not sure where we are on that one. Where are we on? We're on 6 zeros. We're on the last row. That's pre-cropped. I think we can fix that one. I guess you guys really need to tell me if these get too long. Let me know. Oh, date again. That's all right. You know, it's outside of the image, so it's fine. Just keep that in mind, though. Sometimes you may get the perfect shot and you have a silly date in there. It's going to drive you nuts. Just saying. I'm going to go a little bit bigger than you. Well, I've got bigger on the bottom. So, we'll go with that. Ooh, that was close to a reset. Oof. Okay, that looks like a blue one. No doubt that's blue. I believe this is where all the blue is in the bottom. Now, I remember talking to Sharon on this. This J is not supposed to be there. And that is a perfect crop of a 6 by 8. Now, on that J, let's see if we can do a retouch. Let me see what a retouch will do on that. I don't know. Erasing the object. Everything I do on this is non-destructive. That did not help. Okay. Let's go back here, and we're going to go back to the crop. So that's what we keep history for. Go back to where you were. All right, let's do this. You know what I want to do. Let's see. Let's take it over to Photoshop. Granted, this is in there, but I believe it's a hair or something that got into the paint. And it wasn't quite this bright. And it will be very distracting in the final painting, so not a big deal. It is fixable. Besides, you guys can see some of the things I get to do. You know, when we're designing a lesson or something, there's a lot of stuff that we'll do digitally before we attempt to even begin to do the lesson. Now this is we can try a heel on it. And what we're going to do is we're going to blow up the image, because that's the only area you have to work with. I'll make the brush a little bigger. And we just do a little bit at a time. So if you did it all at once, you would see be able to tell what it was doing. So like let me do this. If I do that whole thing, okay, You'll probably see a J. Ooh, you can't. Well, you kind of can. So what all you have to do is just come in here and just kind of do some of this. So you break up the pattern. And there, it is gone. So a Control 0 brings it back down. A Control S will save it. Watch it down there, saved, and we quit. Exit back. Now we hop back to the Browse Window group with a G. And we're going to go with this one. No, it's not here yet. That was Debbie, this is Sharon. So we have to wait for Sharon to show up. All right, we'll go on. Again, that's being saved out. Where is that? No, this should be locally. That should be showing up shortly. We'll give it a second. We've got a slight keystoning going on here. Let's go ahead and straighten this up. Transform keystone. I'm going for the, what I'm going to go for. I guess I'll go for the canvas. Because I know this is definitely the problem here, this side. This one, I'm going to go ahead and use these lines because I know that he probably took the ruler to go across there, and that's a little bit. There we go. That looks better. 6 by 8. And go a little bigger, about like a. That's good. That's kind of a cool looking one too. Has a face in it. Now that is strictly a 6 by 8 on the floor. Or cement. This looks like cement. And I'm gonna have to go in a little bit. That's definitely a 6 by 8 canvas. I can tell. That'll work. Seeing how that's what we do all the time. No, that's already been pre-cropped. Who did this one? Clarice. I tell you, that looks identical to Ginger's. Ginger's painting. Pre-cropped perfectly. Okay, you're freaking me out on this one. B6C7. We're going to have to go look at Ginger's on that, because I tell you, that's a dead ringer. And that looks good. Again, what we're doing is rough cropping, getting the edges off, getting into the 6 by 8 size. And we are coming up on the end. Of the group. And the next step will be starting to match them up. And try to colorize them, get them close color-wise. I guess that's where we're going to go with that guy. Ooh, bright red. Is that movement? Is this one that's moving or not moving? No, see, this is when I thought it was, she shook when she took the camera, took the picture. It's not. That's what's so cool about it. It looks like motion, but there's no motion. And then you're going to go right around there. Might need a little bit more, but we'll go with that. So that is a cool one. Nell did that one. Nice job. That's the last piece. How exciting. All right. Go back out. We got to see if we can get Sharon's. Shrink it back down. Turn this off. And there. We want that one. So we'll turn that one off. All right, so let's go take a look at Clarice was this one. B6C7. All right, B6, C7, B6. Okay, this is Ginger's. Okay. Let's see. Yep, that was shot with nice big 6 MB file. All right, that's Ginger's. Now let's go back to Clarice at 6. Scroll down. B6, this one. I'm telling you that. And Ginger's. Wow. That's good. That's real good. Okay. We have completed the cropping, and there's the completed puzzle. Except hers isn't popping up for right now, but it will. I don't know why it does that once in a while. So looking at it, it looks like we got a painting. You can see it in there. Just close this little window over here. Wait a minute. Let me get a little bit bigger. You close that side, close that side. That's almost the whole painting. So you got the pathway coming through here, the waterfall coming down, rocks over on this side. Whoopsie, this guy doesn't look like it's cropped. How did we miss that one? Okay. One slipped by us. I did that one. I must not have saved it. So, all right. That's what a quick scan does for you. You can pick them out. There it is. Looks like a waterfall or... Okay. Now we got everybody. I don't know what happened to Clarice's. What I'm going to do is, let's just edit it. What can we do? I have to do something so it'll make it, so it'll save it. So I can resave it. If I just take the exposure down, like next to nothing, then do done. See if that will refresh it. No. All right, if it doesn't come up like that one PNG, I had to go ahead and make a JPEG out of it. I can do that again. But that's it, guys. We have now got all the pieces. Now we can start, going to start assembling it on the next video. This video ran about 45 minutes, so I apologize. I hope you got a beverage and sat down with your feet up as you watched it. If you have any questions, comments, put them down below. And do let me know about the little cursor I have running around. As you see down here, he has a little yellow circle running around. I turn them down, I make them small, but I don't know if it's helpful, hindrance, or you don't care. Either way, let me know. Put in the comments. Thanks, everybody. Hope you enjoyed. Bye. Chester, turn it off.